Hello, in this video we will have a look how to import calculation made in Excel to design forms. Here I have some check. It's a check of steel cross-section for buckling and bending moments made in latest Excel. It is saved in format XLSX. I will close the calculation to avoid warning that it's being used in another process. Go back to Design Forms Builder and select this item from main menu, import from Microsoft Excel. First of all, of course, we will load the calculation, and on the left side of the window you can see the content of the calculation. On the right side we will see the generated code. So let's have a look how it works. In the left side we simply select cells which we want to include into the import. I click the select cell button and you can see Design Forms generated commands or the script which produce the output of selected cells. So let's move to the right side. You can see that these cells are highlighted. These cells are highlighted because they contain a formula. The formula is identified with the equal mark on the beginning, similarly as Excel do. So we select them. I hold the control button to be able to select multiple cells. And as well, we will include this description on the left side. So I will select this and this one. Again, clicked select cells. And you can see that Design Forms generated appropriate code. What we have to do next? We have to somehow tell Design Forms how he should handle the symbols of variables. You can see that this, Excel use K9, H12 and so on as address of the cells, which is not acceptable for Design Forms. We want to have nice human readable symbols used in Eurocode or other norm code. Design Forms have this feature, this table, which allows us to define the position of a variable symbol. I select all variables, click the right mouse button, and here I can select the position of the variable symbol. In my case, the variable symbol is one cell left from the variable value. In this cell, we calculate the value, and here is the symbol of that value. So I click one cell left, and you can see symbols are loaded properly. Similarly, we can add a variable description. So again, I click right mouse button and select the description, which is in my case 2 cells left from the variable value. First is the symbol, second one is the description. So I select 2 cells left, and you can see that the description is properly found. That's all in this window. So we click the Finish wizard, and you can see that the script is pasted in the script editor, so we can work with this as standard Design Forms. It's really pasted to the position of the cursor, so you can combine your own code and the code generated by this wizard and compile it together. So let's click the refresh button, and you can see we have some warnings, some errors. So let's double click for the first one, and you can see that the string constant is being assigned to numeric variable, which is of course not possible. So we modify to text command, informing user that there is some error in the calculation. Second one is the same. So let's click the refresh button again. You can see that first two errors are resolved. So let's have a look on the third one. It's the same situation, string constant assigned to numerical variable. So again, we will modify to text command. And we have last two errors, and here we assign the string constant, some text, to variable g27, which is initially numeric, but we want to make it a string. So we have to add a declaration which tells that variable g27 is a string. Click refresh, and here we are. Now the calculation works. Here we have some mistakes, so let's have a look what's going on. This is it. This function p is used by Excel. Designforms uses this this notation. Click refresh again, and now it's okay. Let's have a look on the table of variables. You can see that for example, this variable should be beta mq. We used a symbol font in Microsoft Excel, and it's not converted to Designforms. So what we have to do now is to modify name of these variables. It can be done very simply. We just click right mouse button and select rename selected variable from this menu. I use Ctrl G for the Greek and Ctrl D for lower index. Click OK, and the variable is automatically renamed, including the script, of course. Similarly, we will rename this variable beta mz, and we can go on with the next one. Using this technique, we can simply rename all variables to use standard symbol which we are used to see in this type of calculations. Click refresh. You can see that changes are automatically recognized. Now let's have a look how we can simply and fast create the output. First of all, I will assign initial style to all components. I use the text style, which is nicely readable, and it's for me initial style to start with. Then we will assign style to all formulas in the calculation. We can use this filter button, which allows us to select all equations from all components. If we have a selection, we can make a sub selection, filter out the current selection, but in our case we want to select all equations. So click select button, and equations are selected, and we can assign style for long equation or equation without a description. I will not use this style equation because it's aligned to the line with previous component, and that's not what you want. So I used equation without description, and just select this one which have a description. It's a few formulas which we can select manually. We assign the proper style, and we have to move these texts slightly down, so we increase the spacing, and that's it. Voila, and the calculation is almost ready and importing from Excel. Now I have modified the initial value of all variables to 1 to see some values here, and you can see that we've got